What's up, and welcome to the Arthur Moats Experience. I'm Arthur Moats, and you know what time it is. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Got plenty that we're going to discuss today. Hopefully, everybody had a good Memorial weekend out there, man. I know the holidays were this weekend, man, so shout out to everybody celebrating, participating, and doing what it is that they do. You know, whenever you get some time away, some time off of the typical work schedule and things like that, man. So shout out to everybody with that, man. Let's see, man. Like always, we're gonna holler at the homie TG at 2:00, man. Gotta catch up with him. And shout out to TG, man. Terence Garvin, the former Pittsburgh Steeler, my teammate, current defensive coordinator of Norfolk State University. He's been dropping content and y'all have been engaging with it, man, and actually liking it, man. So shout out to TG and Garvin's Garage. I don't know if actually, I know that y'all have been seeing it, man, but make sure y'all keep tapping in. On Garvin's Garage, man, he did a film breakdown of Jack Sawyer, talking about some of the strengths, weaknesses that he has when he's going to be bringing to the squad. Did a Derek Harmon one as well, if I remember correctly. Derek Harmon is on the way. Carson Bruner was also one that we already had dropped and everything like that, man. So shout out to TG. With his Garvin's Garage. All right. Like I said, man, my dog done found his bag. He's like, yo, I do this. I break down tape. I can do this all day. I'm like, TG, let's go. All right, let's go. Shout out to the homie, though, man. Absolutely. So like I said, man, make sure y'all engaging with that content, man. And more of that will be coming. All right. We obviously know that we had some other content drop over the week as well, man, on the channel, man. We already talked about the interviews, man, with Charlie Batch, Ryan Shazier, Mark Bergen, man. Definitely continue to tap into those. And also, man, check out the website, arthurmoats.com, man. We're constantly, like I said, updated, man, trying to keep it fresh for you all. The Instagram channel as well, man. I do see some of y'all engaging with that, so let's go. We'll keep that thing rolling as well at the Arthur Moats Experience. All right. And also, man, I see y'all checking out the new merch. All right. We did update all the logos on all of the merchandise for the show, man, that you see on all of the YouTube videos, man. So if anybody, wants to support the channel, man, and continue to build the brand up, man, and show people what you rock, what you like to, consume and support, man, salute you, all right? But without a doubt, man, definitely good vibes. Definitely good vibes today. And shoot, man, we had OTAs started up, man. Officially was it today's Wednesday. So yeah, day 2 of OTAs, man. Phase 2 underway. Them dudes, yeah, they're done by practice now, man. So shout out to those guys, man. But we have been getting some interviews, have been seeing some clips, and just as a whole, the excitement. Why? Because you're seeing the guys, man. Seeing the guys back on the grass, man, where they supposed to be. And it's just fun, man. We want to see the dudes playing football, even if it is in shirts and shorts. It still matters to me, all right? And more importantly, man, when you're talking about building a team up, you don't get to just fast forward till February and say, well, hey, where's the championship at? You have to start somewhere. And it starts during this time of year, man, when dudes are getting a chance to get out there, get on that grass, man, get acclimated with each other. The dudes that are going to be taking those second year jumps, right? Or even guys, man, that are going to be making their first impression, even though it's year 2. Roman Wilson. We can get a chance to, see those dudes, man. And ultimately, this is where they continue to get that opportunity to build it up. So when the season hits, now we feeling even more confident, and not just us, those players are feeling confident, that coaching staff is feeling confident, because we know it was reports last year at times that people didn't get on the field, not due to health, but more so due to the trust, right? Understanding, do you know what you're going to do when you're out there? This is the time when you get a chance to lay that foundation. So I do like that, man. So like I said, man, we will most definitely talk about OTAs, man, and some of the happenings that's happening around that. Then from there, man, like I said, man, when we talked to the homie TG, gotta talk to him about some of this UFL stuff again, man. All right, every once in a while, something pops up. I'm like, oh, all right, interesting. So, we're going to tap in with that, and along with some other around the league stuff, man. So shout out to everybody that's rocking out today, man. But we also got comments surrounding Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, little spicy comments, man. Little quarterback on quarterback comments. I said, oh, snap. So of course, we got to talk about that as well. But let's go ahead and get ready to, tap into this thing. But I guess before we get all the way into it, man, let me know what y'all on today, man. What we in, what we on, man, where you tuning in from as well, man. But yeah, man, what we getting activated on, man. I know some people earlier on in the chat, I think it was Cody James, he was complaining about the 8. He was like, yo, go back to 8 p.m. And then my man Frank K said, no, play, I like the early starts. That's just the beautiful part of the show, man. The duality of it, man. You can have some that like the late, some that like the early. Right now, though, I'm digging this 1 o'clock time frame. Wifey digs it as well. The kids dig it. So that's kind of like my little sweet spot right now. All right. But I do got like 2 weeks left. Not even 2 weeks, man. My baby girl graduating in a week, man. Holy smokes. I still ain't ready. Believe me on that. Still not ready. But we here. All right. We are here. Got family starting to come into town. So it's about to be wild. All right. But shout out to the fact that I'm about to have my first high school graduate. Lord. All right. But yeah, man, let's talk about it. Let's see, man, where people's at though, man? What are we getting into, man? So yeah, drop it in the comment section where you're tuning in from and also what you're getting into, man, while you listening to me, man. All right, let's get it going. Mike Hood, of course, he's in the 614 Columbus, Ohio. That's our Ohio State. What do you call them people, man? Our boots on the ground guy over there. All right. Yeah. Whenever we need some Ohio State info, Mike Hood most definitely is the guy that we go to. All right. He said he's working and listening right now. Got the homie Rex 7 checking in from the True Green Work Truck. Shout out to the True Green Work Truck. All right. Shout out to you multitasking as well, baby. Major love, major respect. DC53 said Mo's gonna cry. Yeah. What's wrong with that, man? It's called emotion. If you don't have emotion, man, when your baby girl graduates from high school, hey man, I just, I feel like you missed out a little bit, man. That's just my perspective on it. So yeah, man, I played on enjoying all of the emotions, man, that come with it. And that's just the beauty of life, man. Like I said, you can't turn your nose up at one versus the other. Nah, they all go together, man. But like I said, I'm excited for her, man. Like, it's dope as heck though, man. To be like, yo, you about to have a high school graduate? Like, yeah, I guess I am. I think I did something right. Hopefully I did something right. Yeah, we'll keep it going. Just fingers crossed, right? Shout out to $7. He says early congrats to my daughter as well, man. Let's get it. The Don Hefe Quan tapping into 323 Watts, California. Shout out to Watts, California. You already know. Let's see. Oh, I got to put my dog on the screen, man. It's Black and Yellow Texas still. And yes, we live, baby. We live. And he's live from the 210. Shout out to the homie Black and Yellow Texas still. Always good when he pulls up on us. And of course, it's not a show unless the homie Hannibal is in here as well in the 770, the ATL, shawty. You know what time it is. And I do see you in the building, Jar Devil. Shout out to San Pedro, that 310. California. You love to see it. Shout out to Kenneth Moses. He represents from the Casa too, man. He says salute from the 757 Virginia Beach, but he's in the 202. If I remember correctly, I think that's like DC area, right? He says, Moats, this new time got me struggling. Nah, I can dig it, man. Trust me, I can dig it, man. That's just how it is, man. We had some people saying that they like it, some people saying they don't like it. This is what work for the Moats household right now, all right? So that's why we rocking out with that 1 o'clock, all right? And we always say, if you can't catch the live, you always get the replay of it, so it's all good. And I do appreciate all of y'all that do tap in on both elements, man, live or the uploaded and even the clips. I mean, some of y'all do the full live, the clips. Then y'all do the shorts as well. Then it be like on the Instagram, and then it be on the community. I'll be like, yo, shout out. I appreciate y'all from the heart. Keep engaging with it, all right? We will keep dropping the content. Keeping it fresh for you too, man, all right? That's what you're supposed to do. You know this. But the homie Rod Dallas tapping into 330 Youngstown, Ohio. Share a line, baby. You know that's Mr. Share a line. Let's get it. And then let's see. We got a couple more we'll hit, and then after that, man, we'll get into this here first topic, all right? But shout out to the homie Jonathan Bowie, all the way in Philadelphia. Shout out to Philly. And yo, why does spam call keep calling me? Yo, are y'all getting spam calls right now? I'm getting all the spam calls. I'm about to start leaking spam numbers. Be like, look, y'all want to call me? Call this spam number back real quick, all right? Because holy smokes, man. Jeez, blowing my phone up like that. Y'all know I'm trying to work right now. Spam me later. Spam me at 4 o'clock, all right? Y'all know we in the grind. Jeez. Craig Ellis in the 717 Lancaster, PA. And you know I got to holler at the homie Earl Kinsey in the 859 Lexington, Kentucky. Says, what up, most man? You know, just vibing out, kicking it with the gang, researching, dropping content, about to call up the homie at, about 50-ish minutes. The use. You know, I can't complain, man. Definitely can't. And I ended with the homie Aaron Grant in the 704 Charlotte, North Carolina. And of course, he's showing love to the homie Rec 7. So shout out to the gang. Shout out to the guys. And yes, I do see you, Brandon Terry, Dark City, New Jersey, in here, shout out. And of course, yes, Kenneth Moses, this is how I feel. The spam calls are very stupid. So the fact that you validated my feelings about the spam call, I'm not supposed to complain. I try not to be complaining. I try to be one of them dudes that's like, yo, at least you got a phone for them to call, all right? You got a phone. That's a positive, all right? It was a time in your life you ain't have a phone, all right? So shout out to that. But still, it's a spam call, baby, all right? You ain't got to call me 30 times consecutively. Like, space out the spam call. If you know I ain't answer the first time, why call right back? And then call right back after that. And then it's the automated voicemail on top. Like, at least lie to me. At least give me the illusion that it's a real voice, not that automated, hi, I'm Jonathan Myers. This is an important call. You'd be like, bro, what are you doing? It's like, come on, man. But shout out, man. It's all good. But you know the drill, man. On the front end, don't forget to hit the like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Alrighty, man. Because like I said, we got OTAs. Shout out to OTAs, man. Ultimately getting started, man. And like we talked about last week with TG, we know OTAs this go around a little bit different, right? We're used to the full 10 OTA practices, spanning over 3 weeks, but now they have condensed them to just 2 weeks of practice. Excuse me, in that one, man. In terms of 3 practices this week, 3 practices next week, and then from there they will transition into their mandatory veteran mini camp. All right, so a little bit different of an approach this go around. All right. So they are already, like I said, at least now while we are live currently in the moment, they are 2 OTA practices down. They have 4 remaining of the 6. And then from there, like we said, they have the mandatory veteran mini camp portion. So everything that you're seeing right now, all of the reports, this is all voluntary, right? We talk about that. And the reason why I always like to reiterate that is just when I was, during my time frame, it was still voluntary, but it wasn't communicated publicly that it was voluntary. And a lot of times you would see people get shamed or get talked about when they decided to not be here because they wanted to do something else, because it's voluntary. It's not mandatory. Now, we know that, does it help you win a championship, or does it help you get closer to winning the championship if you are here doing OTAs? Yes. But does it mean that you can't have a great season and can't ball out and still can't win a championship if you decided to not pull up to OTAs? That is not what that means. Both of these things can be true. You can come to OTAs or not come to OTAs and still have a great season. All right. So just because we know yesterday with attendance being publicly put out there, not everybody was there. But like I said, it was voluntary. Why are we taking attendance, man? Media, leave me alone. Leave my guys alone. All right. Leave my guys alone. But anywho, man. Like I said, man, we did get the second practice today, and shout out, man, to the guys that were there, man, the guys that have been showing up for this portion. Like I said, man, it's the you need to know who you are time of the off season. And what I mean is, if you're a big dog, you don't have to show up to this. Hey, if you're a big dog, you got a longer leash, man, a longer leash for a lot of things. But if you are not the big dog, you better understand where you fall in line and ultimately how to keep the higher ups happy with you. And the best way to do that is to show up to this type of stuff, man. And it's good work. Granted, you're in shirts and shorts, but you still have helmets on. You're still getting a chance to go through the feeling of football, getting in and out of the huddle, the little details, communicating pre-snap checks to post-snap checks, right? All of those type of things, man, they do matter. And regardless of how we minimize them, because it doesn't give us the instant Win or loss satisfaction, right? Because we know everybody is instant. I got to have my answer right now. Are we a championship team or do we suck? Is this player a Hall of Fame or is he a bust? We have no time for the minutia, no time for the journey, no time for the in-between. This is the in-between. This is the journey part. And this is the part that if you really are, as invested, which typically if you're watching this show, man, and if you, following the team the way that Steelers Nation typically follows, we would like to say that we think of you as a little bit more invested than just that surface level fan. This is that fan that does care about some of that understanding. That fan that it's like, oh, all right. Well, who's showing up? Is Roman Wilson out there? What does he look like? Well, why does it matter if OTAs don't matter, right? Well, they actually do matter because you get the chance to get these reps. And to me, man, it was kind of cool to see Roman Wilson, man, running around getting some clips, through social media. Robert Woods is another guy, low key. It took me a minute to realize who the heck Robert Woods was when I seen him running around. I'm like, hold on, bro. I know Robert Woods. I know Woody really well, but hold on, bro. It just looked different seeing him in the black and gold. It's like, man, all right. But that's that vet vibe right there. And I'm hopeful that, obviously having a vet like that present for OTAs with a guy like Roman Wilson, who to me, I think that's the guy that you mirror your game after early on right now. And if you're trying to find somebody to emulate, somebody to say, all right, who has already done it? Who has already kind of, lived this bigger body, physical wide receiver, more of a route runner, silky smooth, good hands catcher. Like, who's done that? And you look for those examples. And you got one of the best dudes that has done it, throughout these past 5 to 10 seasons. So with Roman Wilson, I'm looking at him to say, man, you better get in his back pocket, man. Wherever he goes, you go, right? But it was definitely crazy seeing my man Robert Woods out there. I'm like, yo, who is this? What number is that? Who is this player? That's not Roman Wilson. That's not Roman Wilson. I don't know who this is. Who's this guy? Yeah, man. But shout out to him, man. And shout out to the Jerseys game, man. All right, you got to keep up with these numbers going around right now. All right. We got Woods. He obviously he in 16. I remember saying he's in 16. We had the new cat we just signed who was in the rookie mini camp, right? In terms of Montana Lamonius. Is it Craig? I want to say it's Montana Lamonius Craig. Make sure I ain't butchering it. Yeah. Lamonius Craig, right? He was out there yesterday. They had just signed him. He was in the 14 from GP. I was like, oh, that ain't what, who did it? And now today, they got a whole new number on him. He in 21. Kenneth Gainwood pulled up on the 14. Say, look, bro, I'm getting my number. All right. That's what you get doing with OTAs. It gets that type of little just, oh, who's this? What's that? It's just fun. But more importantly, man, like I said, man, having the guys back in the building, man, having the guys that are on that practice field, this is where we get to at least starting to see certain things information wise. We obviously have heard the reports about what the offensive line would look like. Well, you finally got a chance to see at least what that looks like on the grass together. Now, we know during this time of year, once again, shirts and shorts, helmets only. You're not seeing anybody show physicality. You're not seeing people really try to run, block, pass, block, etc. You are working together at about, in terms of the trenches, about 80% speed, right? We get in there, but hey, no contact, no finishing, either party. And if it looks like it could get weird, offense, you got it. So with that, we're not overly, critical of whatever you see. It's more so just who is in what positions. Troy Fautano at right, Broderick at left, right? The little things like that. Okay, all right, Frazier here, McCormick there, say Mala. All right, bet. Those are the type of things that you want to see. Those are the type of things from my perspective that gives you this time of year. It also allows those guys to get close because as we've also talked about, man, those dudes, they don't operate the same way like us as defenders, man, or even skill position guys where it's as individuals a little bit, man. Offense line, it's a unit. It is completely, we go as the group goes. You can't have a great game and that guy gave up 4 sacks because as a whole, offense line was trash. That's how we talk about it. Can't be the best run blocker, but your running back isn't getting 150 yards a game, man, isn't cooking folk, man. We just like, yo, man, he get hit in the backfield every time. It's just hard to sell. Oh, that guy's nice, but everybody else isn't. So that's the part where I look at that group as a whole and they know they got to be close. They got to be willing to, ride for each other in a way that regardless of what the public or media or anybody is going to have to say about them, man, they're still going to be able to show that they belong and show that they're sticking with each other, man, through it all. And that's the type of group that we have on paper the foundation for. You see the resources, man. You see the resources. So I'm like, come on, baby. Make us feel good. Pretty please. Because if they can, hey, we got us a chance, or potentially have us a chance. We'll see. We will see. But like I said, man, I'm liking the fact that the boys are back in town. That's what they call it, right? The boys are back in town. The boys. Yeah. And y'all let me know in the comment section. Have y'all seen my man Mason Rudolph got the stash? How y'all feeling about the stash, man? It's Arthur Smith-ish, right? I've seen some people call it the little 70s porn star joint. You know what I mean? Y'all let me know how y'all feel about my man Mason Rudolph and the nice mustache, man. I say, if you trying to make a statement, if you wanted to pull up and get some attention, that's the look. That for sure is the look right there, man. But y'all gotta let me know how y'all feel about it. I'm saying, all right, statement piece. I like the statement piece. Shout out to the stash, man. Black and Yellow Texas still says, the stash is decent. Can't lie. I'm just saying, bro, the stash caught me off guard. I was like, bro, I rocks with it. DC53 said, bro, think he schemes. Now, listen, Paul Schemes is around the city, man. Paul Schemes pulled up the Chick-fil-A. I said, you at the Chick-fil-A that I be at. That's Chick-fil-A around the city, bro. No. You don't be on this side of town. What you doing over here, man? Shout out to Schemes, though. But yeah, I can see the Schemes influence with that one, man. Absolutely. There it is. Great. See, that's the one right there. Arthur Smith and Mason Rudolph, mustache bros. You see him, bro? I mustache you a question. Shout out to my mustache gang out there, man. Like I said, seeing them with the little stash, man, they had me over here like, bro, I might just told the barber last night, bro, just chop the chin hair off, man. Just, you know what I'm saying? Let me walk around with just stash only, man. Oh, we got the homie Mark Bergen. Shout out to Mark. He calls it the majestic mustachioed Mason. Triple M. Shout out to Triple M. And shout out to Mark also, man, tapping in with us. Like I said earlier, man, y'all make sure y'all tap into that content. And man, him dropping more content coming with Mark, man. You already know. Let's get it. My man. Oh, here we go, Eric Grant. The Super Mario Brothers base. He definitely has the Mario. Arthur Smith is a Luigi with it. You know, I like my Arthurs, though. All right. I like the walk around with the staff. I'm telling you, man. If I had the patience, I would just grow it out just for a show, just for one of them. But my problem is, I don't want to deal with it for the rest of the time. All right. And yeah, I feel like it might take too long for mine to get all the way back. All right. But shout out to them boys, man. Shout out to the mustache gang, man. All right. Let's get it. And like I said, man, if y'all enjoying what we on today, man, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you are new to the channel. But, that wasn't all that's, been taking place surrounding OTAs, man, surrounding the black and gold. We are still on quarterback watch. We're still waiting, hoping and wishing. Waiting on my man, Aaron Rodgers, Aaron. Now, we've had multiple players been asked about him, talked about him. I think most recently, Patrick Queen. He was the one I saw yesterday do an interview and basically was like, he's completely happy with the quarterbacks that they currently have on the roster in terms of Mason Rudolph, Will Howard, Skylar Thompson. But he also said, the childhood fan that I'm growing up was an Aaron Rodgers guy. You feel me? So, of course, you can see the smile pop up on his face. And I was like, shout out to the media savvy right there. I see you, PQ. PQ say, yo, this not my first rodeo. I know how to talk to the media, baby. So let me talk to them in a nice way to let them know I got confidence in the gang. But we not tripping. I say, shout out, man. Shout out. Like I said, Patrick Queen gave us that energy. We obviously know when Cam was asked about him, man, we've seen Cam talk about him multiple times throughout the offseason. And it was kind of, back and forth about, he wants him, but he doesn't like this vibe of how we're kind of being, strung along and kind of waiting on it. I get that vibe from Killer Cam, man. Shout out to the captain. But when you the captain, and especially me knowing how Cam is, man, that's just him through and through. And that's why we respect him as the leader, because it's like, man, regardless of how it makes you feel per se, he understands what the message needs to be. And I thought he was clear on that thing, man. Look, we still want you, but you need to make your mind up, bro. Because right now, this whole playing back and forth, you halfway in, halfway out, that's not going to cut it. But that wasn't the only one. All right, so shout out. Okay? Shout out. Because good old four-time Super Bowl champion Terry Bradshaw has something to say. All right. Shout out to the champion. All right. Shout out to the champion. Oh, shout out to Let's Go UW, man. He's following up, man. He already knows what we on. He says, and shout out for the super chat. He says, Terry Bradshaw preaching the truth. We don't need or want the diva Aaron Rodgers. All right, so for those of you that don't know, what had happened was this, man. Shout out to Terry Bradshaw, aka the original TB12. All right, but he was doing a interview with, let me pull up directly. It was a radio station, 103.7 The Buzz, Morning Mayhem. Shout out the Morning Mayhem, baby. All right, but ultimately, man, he was asked about the quarterback situation, man. Talked a little bit about Kenny Pickett, man. He talked about how he actually liked Kenny Pickett, and he felt that the organization failed Kenny specifically in terms of not building around him offensive line, weapons, and then moving on from him as fast as they did. But from there, that kind of, spun the conversation to where they currently are with Aaron Rodgers. And from there, he basically said that, and this is the quotes, "That's a joke. That to me is just a joke. What are you going to do? Bring him in for 1 year? Are you kidding me? That guy needs to stay in California, go somewhere and chew on bark and whisper to the gods out there." My dog Terry said, "Yo, go chew on some bark." Go whisper to the guys out there, bro. Hey, in the words of Rod Dollar, peace and love to all the gods. All right, peace and love to the guys in the chat too, man. All right. My man, Terry, wow. Shout out to Terry Bradshaw, man. Shout out to TV12, man. All right, y'all go chew on some bark. Go whisper to them guys out there. Don't do that over here. Not in Pittsburgh, all right? Not in Pittsburgh. We don't do that in Pittsburgh, all right? We subtle here. We sane here. We won't do all that stuff, man. Jeez Louise. Shout out, man. Shout out. But as you can see, Rodgers not high up on Terry Bradshaw's Christmas list, all right? In terms of who he's going to give out cards to and stuff like that, man. It's like that sometimes. I can understand. But as a whole, man, when we're thinking about what Bradshaw was talking about specifically with Rodgers, part of that frustration to me is layered, right? When you're listening to Bradshaw speak on it, obviously when he talks about the specific Rodgers element, to me, it's hard to just focus exclusively on what's the plan, right? Are you just going to bring him in for 1 year? When we doing this? We can't go back in time and change how it ended with 7, whether you wanted to move on too soon, move on later. The Kenny Pickett scenario also, to me, that's one of those things where once the player gets frustrated, you're in this bad situation. And part of it was due to Kenny's production or, the lack thereof, and how he voiced his displeasure behind the scenes with the organization following, obviously, the Seattle situation with Mason. But then more importantly, when you get to the offseason, when we bring in Russell Wilson. So, yes, we can say that they, didn't completely put every resource, every dollar that they could around him to make him have the best opportunity. But at the same time, part of me says if the production didn't warrant that, then it's hard to just keep pouring resources there if you don't feel like that's truly the answer. I don't know what they felt behind closed doors, but based off of how quickly they moved on from him, it seems as if they weren't convinced that he could do that once he got frustrated to the extent that he was. Because there have been players that have been frustrated behind closed doors that they haven't just traded away, a couple days later. But at the same time, there have been the other side of it. You just you kind of have to know who you are and where you are in there. But that's just, like I said, the one part of it. The other part is like, man, when we're talking about just the plan going forward as it pertains to, continuing to sit and wait for Rodgers. Yeah, we can do all right, man, I'm tired of waiting, turn my nose up at him, and that's fine. But does that make you a closer contender or not for 2025? And it really depends on how you look at this roster and how you look at Rodgers versus Mason Rudolph and Will Howard. There's optimism around those dudes, but in terms of what is proven and what isn't proven, I think that that's the big disconnect when we're talking amongst Steelers Nation and who we want to, rally behind and ultimately say, this is the quarterback that we want to endorse. This is the guy that we want to believe in. It's hard right now because of the lack of experience, the lack of long-term production, postseason production, and obviously when you're talking Rodgers, the Super Bowl ring, the MVPs, plural, all of those things make him a lot more appeasing. But we all know it's this that we're dealing with that makes it kind of, back and forth in terms of who wants him, who doesn't want him. I mean, we talk about how, like I said, man, with Patrick Queen, you see him light up about him. Cam, he was kind of, back and forth on him. You hear Bradshaw, how he talked about him, right? Even in the chat, we got some people that don't want Rodgers, like, yo, move on. We don't want the diva. That's what they called him. And then you got my man right here in terms of Black and Yellow Texas Steel. Shout out to the super chat as well. He's strict. He's telling you off the gate, off the rip, yo, I'll take Rodgers. And he's not the only one that feels like that, man. There are plenty of people that do feel like, yeah, regardless of how long we have to wait, as long as it doesn't impact the start of the season, man, we'll wait for Rodgers. There's people that were like, yo, I'll wait till it could be the night before week one. I'll wait on him. For others, they're like, nah, man, I ain't got time for all that, man. I need to know right now. I need to know ahead of time. And I think that, like I said, that's going to be that big challenge, man, going forward with, this group specifically. How do you build the roster up? How do you lean into certain schemes and certain concepts when you truly don't know who is going to be the guy driving the car? Who is going to be the leader of this group? Mason, to me, like I said, has some nice things that he brings to the table. I just need to see more than the 4-game sample size for me to completely fall in love with it and truly believe that, he's going to take us to where we need to be. Me personally, I see glimpses of it, but to me, the glimpses still give me more of your QB2. You can get us out of a bind on a, short, time frame, a week or two, but I don't know if I necessarily feel comfortable with you being the 17-game plus playoff starter just yet. Now, that could all change with new information. The same way prior to Mason coming in there versus Cincinnati and balling, throwing that slant to George Pickens, him taking it 70 yards, right? Prior to that happening, there wasn't this overwhelming support for Mason Rudolph and overwhelming confidence in Mason, but the new information allowed us that ability. That's all I'm looking for. I'm looking for new information, baby. All right. So if Mason, with the new stash, can give us that new information, then we can feel a lot more confident. And the same with Will Howard. Will Howard, you hear how he speaks, man. He's very confident, man. He understands the city. He's like, yo, man, Big Ben, that's what the city needs, man. I want to be that next version. I want to be that gritty, tough quarterback, man, that produces, that wins this team, a ton of games. And yeah, on paper, yeah, he brings certain things to the table. But it still has to develop. It still has to show that it can come in here at this level and make some of those throws, make some of those reads. His escapability that we saw him have in the collegiate ranks will translate to this level. He can consistently do those things. Right now, it's all speculative. Right now, we're seeing some of the OTA stuff, but once again, it's shirts, shorts, controlled climate, man. You're not stressed. Nah. But that's the part to me that it's hard to feel overly confident with the group right now, just because there isn't a lot of proven out there right now. And that's why I think that the organization is still on the waiting thing for Rodgers, because what is your other option? Without the pride and ego part, if we take that away, because the pride and ego is instantly going to make us say, yo, I'm tired of waiting on you, Rodgers. But let's take that out of it. And we're just simply saying best options for 2025. That's the part where he's still, to me, is going to be at the top of that list. And if he truly is, well, what is the difference then, when we're in the middle of the season, we're constantly signing guys from other teams, practice squads. We bring guys in for workouts. Oh man, we want to make a trade for a guy. We're doing this because we're actively trying to improve our roster. So why should we just stop because we're tired of the waiting game for this particular player? Now, if we just say we're ready to just move on, I think that that's different. But if we're going to move on, let's say we're moving on for a reason and we're going to actually invest in Mason. If that's the case, man, you already know the receivers I'm telling y'all to go get off the free agent heap. You already know. I'm like, yo, go get, I need multiples, right? But if we not, then it's like, yo, you got to wait then. And that's the sucky part about it. But that's the reflection of the organization. When we talk about why we have our grievances, what are some of the issues, that's where that comes in, because it's like, yo, we could have handled this better, man. We could have handled this way better. But unfortunately, we handled it the way that we did, and here we are. And that's why we still on the 28th of May. Still waiting to see if Rodgers is going to decide to show up on us or not. This is crazy. It is actually really crazy, man. We are really on the 28th day of May and still do not have an official answer as it pertains to Aaron Rodgers, man. But like I said, man, don't forget to hit the like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Let's see. Got a couple of supers that also popped in here. Shout out to Hannibal, man. He says, peace, Moats. I think Aaron feels like he is above Latrobe and is waiting for that. If he doesn't show up to Latrobe and deal with those conditions like everyone else, what will that do to the locker room? So I think this is very interesting for a couple of reasons. If he was trying to avoid going to Latrobe, that's the training camp portion. That's what, 2.5 weeks of just hard around the clock football, team building, the struggle, the grind. If he were to sign after that phase, my question then becomes, how much time is that going to give him to get completely acclimated and entrenched with playbook, coaching staff, personnel, along with him getting his rust off because he wouldn't have played any type of competitive football since whenever the Jets' last game was, right? Wouldn't have even thrown in OTAs, any mini camps, and 2.5 weeks of training camp, because once we leave Latrobe, it's usually, 1-2 weeks tops before you're getting ready for the opener. So that's my only, I guess, hesitancy that I would personally have internally, but a locker room talk, it would be his overall preparedness, because we've had guys come onto the team post Latrobe. Joe Hayden is the prime example of that. We picked up Joe Hayden, man. We were going down to Carolina for the 4th preseason game. He never saw Latrobe that first year, and we did not care, because once he got here, he instantly upgraded our cornerback room, and his production, more importantly, supported it. His production and the way that he was able to entrench himself into the team, man, building that camaraderie, man, hanging with the guys, it made it a lot easier for us to put our arms around him. And you kind of forget that, you're a Cleveland cat that we weren't rocking with just 6 months ago. And now it's, you're part of the brotherhood now, man. Like, you're earning your stripes. So that's the thing that I would say as it pertains to Aaron Rodgers specifically. If he were to not show up to Latrobe, I don't think it has this ultra negative impact on the locker room. But I do feel like the questions then become, is he ready to go? How quickly can he get up to speed? Because what happens is this. If Aaron Rodgers gets up to speed and he's playing fine week 1, nobody cares about Latrobe, because Joe Hayden came and hit the ground running. But it becomes an issue if those first 3-4 games looks rusty, looks off. The timing is off. We're missing routine stuff. That's when it becomes an issue, because that's the stuff that you get taken care of in OTAs, veteran mini camp, training camp, preseason games. That's when you're supposed to be working out the kinks, not week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. We don't have time for that. All those games matter. So that's the part where internally it would become an issue, but it wouldn't be directly when he would sign. It would be down the line. Like I said, those first couple of games, if it's rusty, if the offense isn't clicking, if things just look off. Yeah. Internally, you'd be looking at him like, hey, bro, it's your fault. Because if you would have been here like you were supposed to, like the rest of us, we don't have these issues. We're hitting the ground running. Now we're playing catch up on the back end, and we've put ourselves in a position where you're Cincinnati. Hey, man, we can't lose a single game down the last 8 weeks of the season, and you better hope that that team loses, they lose, and they win by no more than 3 points. It's like, bro, you're doing a lot. So, like I said, man, we will see, man. But hopefully for Rodgers, man, he will be making this decision sooner rather than later, all right? But I'm definitely starting to lose my hope in it, man. I'm like, God, dog, man. Every time I want to feel like it's a done deal, I see something pop up. We all saw the report, man. We was doing a little interview. Oh, yeah, I would never play for Chicago, but the team that I might sign with plays against Chicago coming up. Like, that type of stuff is fun, but it's like, bro, stop playing with us. Go ahead and make a decision, man. Come on, man. Come on. All right. Let's go, UW. Spinning the block. And he says, in my opinion, Aaron Rodgers isn't the same kind of QB anymore. If OTAs and minicamp, then he's not a priority to sign. Those are important for a new QB coming in. No, I would agree, man. They are extremely important, especially for new quarterbacks, man, new systems and stuff like that. But the flip side is this. When you're Aaron Rodgers, the amount of football that you have seen, the amount of coverages that you've had to play against, you're to the stage where learning a new playbook isn't overly complicated. Yes, the verbiage, you want to get that right, but it becomes, to me, more of the how do you get on the same page as your teammates, in the sense of when we talk about running routes, do you run your comeback route at 5, 4, 6, 7 yards? When you run your slant, are you doing it off of that second step? Are you third? Are you fourth? Like, when do you do this? Because it's timing. Because we talk about defenders and we have to anticipate that ball coming out. We have to anticipate certain things. It's hard to get acclimated. It's hard to get to that level of synergy with other guys without the OTAs, the mini camps, the training camp, because it's the reps element of it. But I don't think that it's not important to him. I think that it's still important. I just think for him, I don't know what he's dealing with behind the scenes, but that just seems to have his attention right now. But I don't think Rodgers is retiring this year. I don't. I think he still wants to play. And based off of how he played even last year, specifically at the end of last year, he shows that he does still have talent. But the question is, when are you going to actually make a decision? Regardless of what the decision is, make a decision. Because you say got us on the hook, and you obviously got these young quarterbacks on the hook, even though they also haven't complained about it. All right, shout out to the young guys, Mason and Will Howard, not complaining, man. All right. Then we also have Let's go UW. He says, with the additions to the defensive line this year, I want to see Terrell Austin, the defensive coordinator of the Steelers, be more aggressive when it comes to getting the quarterback, meaning bringing back Blitzburg and forcing more punts. Now, I could dig that, man. And like I said, whenever you talk blitzing, that's always going to be a philosophical thing. You've heard how me and TG speak on it from the player's perspective, but everybody is different with it, man. We're under the belief that if you're paying your pass rushers, meaning TJ Watt, Cam Hayward, Alex Highsmith, you drafted Derek Harmon in the first round, you don't pay those dudes that to blitz a lot. You pay those dudes that, you draft those guys when you draft them, because they're supposed to be the players that win one-on-one pass rush and do it routinely. That's how it's supposed to be. But at the same time, if that's not going to be the case, yes, you can blitz more. But when you blitz more, now you put more strain and more onus on the back end. So if those guys aren't up to speed, they can get exposed a little bit soon, or they can just get exposed. Not even saying sooner rather than later, but that's just a part of it, because you're taking one of those guys out of coverage. And if the blitz doesn't get there, now you're one man short and this quarterback has time. Those are some of the flaws to it. Not saying that one is better than the other. It's just the difference of what you're trying to introduce yourself to. So once again, when we just think about how our defense is constructed, where the resources are in that front. Them dudes being able to rush. Now, if they're not going to do that, you've heard my stance on that also. Reallocate that money, man, because the model doesn't fit per se. It's kind of like if you have, if you're the Bengals, you got all this talent at wide receiver, but you want to come out here and run the ball 40 times in the game. You're like, nah, bro, that's not why I paid Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins, and Joe Burrow. I paid them three to figure it out, man. I paid those three that I don't care if it's double teams. I don't care what type of coverage they're running. You guys figure it out. And that's how we look at pass rush here at Pittsburgh. It's like, bro, yeah, we could do this blitz and stuff. Yeah, there are pros to that, but bro, we paid you guys to just go out there and be legit butt kickers. And y'all are that. Y'all just seem to get burnt out by the end of the season, which to me stems back to the offense, because it's like, man, we got to sustain some drives, man, and keep those defenders off the field. They play too many snaps, which we've complained about. But to me, I think it's more of that, man. But TA can still implement some more of that blitzing, man. And we will see what that looks like. But I just know internally that is always going to be the argument. And even for the pass rushers, they don't want to always be the ones having to do that blitzing and the weird stunts. It's like, yo, let me rush, man. I feel like I'm the best in the world for a reason. Let me prove it. And I can understand the TJ Watt feeling like that, Alex Highsmith feeling like that, and Cam Hayward feeling like that as well, man. But shout out to you, though. Let's go, UW. I likes the energy, baby. You already know. You already know, baby. Let's get it. Let's get it. Alrighty. Let me check the time as well, man. Make sure the homie TG is good and on the up and up. Getting prepared. All right. So we're looking good. All right. So shout out to the homie, man. Shout out. So let's see. Oh, we got a little bit of time in between. All right. There we go. Actually, let me take a little sip of my drink too, man. Got me in here talking, and not taking a little hydration break. Shout out to the orange Gatorade today, all right? What they say? Is it in you? Let's see. All righty. Oh, yeah, man. I was going to ask, too. Shout out to all my roller coaster people out there. Y'all seen over at Kennywood, they opening up that steel curtain coming back to town. Oh, yeah. Hey, man. I ain't been on a roller coaster in a little while, man. I think it was pre-COVID last time I rode me a roller coaster, man. But when I seen steel curtain, I said, all right, now let me find out you open it back up for the gang. Let's get it. And y'all got to let me know, man. If any of y'all rode the roller coaster, man, that's still curtain over at Kennywood. I know we had some people out there talking about it, man. I think it was when they did the re-rollout for it. This was earlier this week. Had Mike Logan. Shout out to Mike Logan, Super Bowl champ, man. We've obviously had him on the show a couple of times. Need to get him back on as well, man. Shout out to Mike Logan. Matt Spay, former teammate of mine, and the young 5th round draft pick was out there. Y.A. Black. Shout out to Y.A. Black, the big body interior D tackle, man. Out there checking out Kennywood. What my amusement park? That's what we need from my man Aaron Rodgers, all right? Y'all want Rodgers to sign? Get him at Kennywood, bro. Yeah, I know y'all like the fries. The potato skin fries? The potato skin fries. And then, of course, you got the funnel cake, man. You get Aaron Rodgers over there on the steel curtain, he will sign, man. That's what we need to do. I'm convinced that's what we need to do, man. And yes, DC53, the roller coaster does release every year, but it's back now, man. All right, it wasn't here in 2024, but it's back this year, so you gotta roll with it. And it looks cool. It has like the little, the logo and everything up there, man. All right, just roll with it. Steely McBean was on it. If Steely McBean won, I know you're not too cool enough to be on the roller coaster. Come on now, get on the roller coaster, huh? Get some steel curtain in your system, man. Unless you're chicken, is you scared? You scared of a little roller coaster? Nah, I ain't gonna trip. I know some of y'all be scared of roller coaster. They said. What is the highest? It has like the tallest drop in all of Pennsylvania. All right. 200 feet drop? I see y'all. That's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy, man. It's kind of crazy. DC say, yo, that Drake got 6 releases to it. Hey, look, man. It's like that sometimes, all right? You can't rush perfection, all right? You can't rush it. Sometimes you got to take some time with it, man. Hey. But I'm digging it, though, man, all right? I'm digging it. Leah Ward, she said, yo, I'm scared of the Black Widow, not gonna lie. Hey, look, man, I can dig it. All right, some of these rides are a little bit more scary than other. All right, then you got Tom J. He's too cool for the roller coaster rides. He said, yo, they're pointless. It's pointless until you up there and you feel like you about to die. Then you don't be saying you pointless. I bet you scream on the roller coaster. I bet you get on that steel curtain, Tom J, cool as you are, and you be up there screaming, ah, mama! I know how it is because it's always the tough people that talk like that. They be the main ones on the roller coasters hollering, man. I get it, though. I get it, man. What they say? Minimize it, all right? I don't even like roller coasters. They ain't even cool like that, bro. I ain't even tripping on a roller coaster. I know. I get it. I get it. $7. He said, yo, you got to hit up Fright Night this year. Oh, big facts. Big facts. Yo, Kennywood for sure. Hey, yo, I want to do that. All right. I've been torn between, the 100 acres mansion? In terms of what they do for, Halloween stuff. But Friday night gonna be a vibe though, man. Shout out to Kennywood, man. Kennywood be doing their thing, man. That is no Tom J. That's not why it's pointless. You're supposed to be scared. It's a thrill ride. That's the whole point of it. All right. It's a thrill without actually dying. All right. You don't need to go out there and jump out the plane. Don't do that. Ride the roller coaster to get the experience of it, okay? And it brings you back down to earth, all right? It keeps you grounded, keeps you humble. It keeps you appreciating the simple things of life. You know how it feels, Tom J, when you on that thing and it's saying click, 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 click. And you all like, oh, God, oh, it ain't yet, ah! You holding over dear life, white knuckling it, man. You sweat, ah! Tom J say, yeah, man, that ain't fun for me, man. I don't want to experience that. Mike could say, yo, I don't like being afraid. I can dig it. I can dig it. I just think, Sometimes though, man, sometimes it's cool to, take the training wheels off and just experience the closeness to a heart attack. All right. Just experience the anxiety that typically comes with feeling like you're falling out the sky from 200 feet in the air. Oh my goodness. It could be very scary. It could definitely be very scary, but it's a vibe though. All right. It's definitely a vibe. So shout out to Kennywood, man. All right. And shout out to my roller coaster people out there. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I like it, man. Oh, there we go. Now Tom J is talking my language. He says, yo, golf is the best amongst us. It's for the best amongst us. Salute to that. Absolutely. Now I'm with you on that, man. Big golf guy. Now that we finally got some good weather out here, we can actually enjoy some of this golf weather that is, popping back up. And I do see you with another super chat as well. Shout out to Let's Go UW. He says, allegedly, we are getting some new alternative uniforms. That is not alleged. That is facts, man. We are getting new uniform and helmet as well, man. He says if they bring the yellow helmets back, bring the soccer looking ones back. Which ones are the soccer looking ones? The one only I got to check, man. Because y'all know I'm still getting caught. Like to me, I think Bumblebee. I think of the one with like that like crest on the shield or the crest on the chest. Looks like a shield. Think of that. And I think yellow helmets. That was when Debo was knocking all them Cleveland boys out. I think of that look. But yeah, man. They are saying that we're supposed to get the alternate helmet along with multiple days or multiple games now that we can, or not multiple games, because you already could do multiple games, but adding, I think it was up to 6 games they're saying now that you can do some type of alternative colorway, meaning color rush jersey, throwback jersey, alternate helmets. So obviously for us, we've talked about our block numbers. Block numbers have been a big thing for us, man, since they've been able to come back since, was that 2019, I think it was, or 2018 when we stopped doing the Bumblebee. We introduced block number or reintroduced the block numbers. We know that that's been a hit. The color rush has been a hit, right? So you can do both of those now. We obviously know you got your regular tried and true home and away unis, but now they're saying that you're going to be able to add helmet alternatives as well, man. So if we can, break out that, don't say yellow, because I see you say yellow helmet, you're going to get me in trouble today. All right. It's black and gold. All right. Even though Wiz says black and yellow, and even though the Saints, they say they black and gold. All right. It don't matter. Okay. We the only ones got gold helmets. So we, are going to be, or at least that's what they're saying. We're supposed to be bringing those back out, man. So like I said, man, I think it's going to be a vibe, man. Anytime we get a chance to spice up the uniform combos, I know it goes against the tradition. I know we're black and gold. We're very traditional. All right. We like to do things a certain way. But on occasion, it is cool to kind of, stay current, evolve with the times and uniform upgrades and uniform, not upgrades, but more importantly, just the different combinations, right? Little changes, man, that still keep the brand what it is and keeps the legacy intact, but still do things that are a little bit more appealing to the younger crowd, to the younger demographic, man. I think that this is what the NFL is trying to do. And with, teams like the Steelers, man, tapping into it a little bit more, doing the different helmets, the different subtleties with the jersey, it could go a long way, man. So I do like that. So shout out to these alternate helmets that we are going to be getting. But yeah, man, alternate helmets, alternate unis, man, that is supposed to be on the docket, man. So we will see. But y'all gotta let me know too, man. What's your favorite of all of the uni combos, all the uni, helmet alternatives as well, man? Which ones do you like the most? Y'all know how I stand, man. Bumblebee was my baby. All right. I'm team Bumblebee through and through. I won't change up of it. All right. Bumblebee in terms of alternates, right? Because I like, I'm true traditional, give my traditional jerseys, but the alternates, yeah, man. That Bumblebee is fire, and then I'm a colorist, dude. Those are the two that I got introduced to, so I'm forever biased towards them, all right? But like I said, man, you guys let me know your thoughts on those, man. Oh, all right. I'm seeing some positivity. I'm seeing some. Leah Warren, she says, yeah, she's team Bumblebee as well, man. All right, shout out to the Bumblebee. All right, Pittsburgh Tide, he said, man, he liked the 75th anniversary uniforms. Yes, those were clean as well. Shout out, man. Shout out. Shoot, man, I remember, I think it was the 50th anniversary to, might have been Super Bowl 1. I forgot which Super Bowl championship team we were doing, but we had to patch the 50th anniversary patch on it. I thought it was pretty dope as well, man. Let's go UW. Don't you be hating on the unis. Let's go UW. Bumblebees are prison unis. No, they're not. Just because they're stripes, they're not prison uniforms. They look throwback though. I feel like I'm in like the 1920s when I throw them things on, and it's super mismatchy, man. I love it. Jaron Pittsburgh Steelers for Life says, "Yo, Bumblebee in color rush, man. Bumblebee in color rush, the homie. All right, I likes that as well, man. Let's see. All right. Ooh, and then David Decker also said the Bumblebee. See, I'm telling you, man, the Bumblebee, it feels throwbacky. Like, I want to feel like I have a legit alternate, just like, what the heck is that? What the hecky? What the helly? What the helly birdie? Huh? Shout out to Halle Berry. Big boy. Shout out to him, man. But yeah, man, yeah. Shout out. Ooh, Black and Yellow Texas still says yellow jersey, him. Okay. And you know Wendy Johnson. Shout out to you, Wendy, as well. Shout out to you rocking out. I appreciate you being here. But you know she in the color rush. That's what she said she on, man. All right. The color rush, like, I'll never forget the first time we got to put them all black things on. Bruh. Oh my goodness. You talking about feeling fire? You talk about just feeling elite. Oh man, with the all black, with the socks stuff too. Yeah, man, you can't tell us nothing at all, man. Oh, now this is an interesting combo. Shout out to X Concepts here. He says the Bumblebee jersey and the socks, right? Because the Bumblebee socks are the striped ones with the Color Rush pants. Those are the all black pants because we don't have stripe. Do we have stripe? I think we do have a stripe on the side of the pants. I got to check. I got to remember. And then he says Color Rush pants and cleats and a matte black or gold helmet would be insane. Yeah, if we rock out with any matte helmet, matte black, matte gold, I think it's going to be crazy. 1,000%, man. It's only a matter of time. Before they tap into that, man. I could definitely dig it. Oh, and shout out to $7 too, man. Thank you. It was the 74th throwback unis. Most shout out to you on that. I was like, yo, I knew it was one of the ones I could not remember all the way, man. So shout out on that one, man. But yeah, man, I'm liking what I'm seeing though, man. Shout out to these to the uni conversation, man. The alternate helmets and everything included with that, man. Like I said, man, got a couple more minutes before we tap in with the homie TG as well. Take another sip real quick. Yeah, I like when we have these little, little sidebars like that. That's what we call a little sidebar convo. Alrighty. And $7 say, yo, TG gonna be late as usual. Stall my dog TG out, man. All right, he gonna be on time. It's just his time, not everybody else's time. All right. But he said he gonna be on time. All right. So leave my dog alone, man. Leave my dog alone. All right. I got my phone charged up. I'm ready to go. All right. You see, I'm set up over here. So it ain't me. Okay. It ain't me. But let's get it, man. We got the homie AJ Martinez showing some love with a super chat, man. He says, and I'm sorry to cut your name off, man. It's just, the amount of text. You know how technology get, bro. Don't blame me. Blame the technology. All right. But AJ Martinez says, I agree with the blitzing. We are one-dimensional on defense. All offenses have to do is stop TJ and or Cam Hayward. We need to embrace Mason. Aaron Rodgers is a Steelers beater in our last Super Bowl. Let's go to. In terms of Mason is who he's speaking of. And yes, man, our last Super Bowl appearance, it was against Aaron Rodgers, man. Obviously, Green Bay Packers 2010. And yeah, we saw how that game ended, man, with him ultimately winning. That was his only appearance as well, man. So just for some context. But yeah, man, it does make us in terms of our defense right now, we do appear one-dimensional. But I will say this. Whereas anybody complaining about the defense being one-dimensional when TJ Watt had 22 and a half sacks and tied the single season record with Michael Strahan? No. Was anybody complaining about this defense being one-dimensional when TJ and Highsmith went out there and had double-digit sacks? Cam Hayward was doing his thing as well? No. This is the byproduct of the lack of consistency with their production, and specifically down the stretch when it's the postseason or when it's getting close to the postseason. because of the lack of production there specifically, it does make us feel like, yeah, this defense is one-dimensional. And it's not this one-dimensional. It's just what we've depended on hasn't been able to sustain later in the year. Now, you can have versatility for the sake of versatility, but it doesn't equate to production. And what I mean is, would you rather have TJ Watt being the guy that rushes the passer 15 times in the game, or would you rather TJ rush 5 to 7 times in the game? And you're going to have him run into the A gap on one of them. He's going to go to the B gap. He's going to drop into coverage a couple of times as well, because Beanie Bishop or Deshaun Elliott or Minkah Fitzpatrick or Patrick Queen or Peyton Wilson are rushing. I don't think that the Steelers and Terrell Austin want to, go that route, because financially the money is in TJ Watt to be the guy that should get those opportunities to rush, because he's proven that he is a guy that can consistently win those reps. Same with Highsmith, same with Cam Hayward. So yes, I feel, I can see it exactly where you're coming from with that. I still just think that based on the way that we are allocating our resources, the thing that we got to get is that consistency to still show up late in the year, man. I think if we're not going to get that, then yes, like you heard me say, and I'll keep saying it, reallocate those resources, then get back to the blitzing. Get back to blitzing way more. But let's go ahead and change the structure, because it doesn't make a lot of sense to have all of these resources in the front seven if we're not going to lean on those guys in those moments when that's what we're paying them to do. It's like you got a $200 million quarterback, but every time it's got to have a time, you handing the ball off. You're like, no, bro, like, no, that's not why I'm paying you that. If I want to pay if I want to pay for you to hand it off, I'm gonna pay this running back, 15 mil. I'm gonna go get me a guy. But that's not the case. I want you to be the guy. And I just think that right now, that's where we're unfortunately at. And it's like weird, because we shouldn't be there, but we are. And that's what we keep having to talk about blitzing all of a sudden, man. Not all of a sudden, because it popped up last year, man. And it's like, all right, when you start talking blitzing, that means the dudes aren't winning their one-on-ones, and you have to, transition to the blitz part of it. So we'll see, man. But I will say this also: be light on your feet. If you're Terrell Austin, if you're Coach Tomlin, yes, we can say this is how it's supposed to be. But if it's not working like that and we can't get any changes, yeah, be light on your feet. See if you can try different things in the process. But I think that the way that it's structured, the guys have to be the guys, regardless of if we support it all the way or not, unfortunately. All right, but then we also got the homie AJ Martinez showing more love. Shout out to AJ. He says, X Concepts, the one. Toddy 86. Yo, Mr. Mike Hood. Blessings to all. Congrats to Mama and Papa Moats. Shout out to the Moats grad kick butt young lady. Yes, dude, man, I really have like a whole kid about to graduate high school. Like, yo, it's not okay. I'm not okay. I'm not all right. Okay, guys, I am not all right. Pray for me. And then when you're done, pray for me again. It's not okay. And she's actually going to be leaving. She's not going to be staying at the house. I'm like, what do you mean you don't want to stay at the house? The house is brand new. You got a nice view. You got a nice room. I got everything you need right here. But what you mean you don't want to leave here? You don't want to stay here? You even got your own park space. You can park in the garage right there, man. You want to leave? To go to college? Stay in a dorm? Why you want to do that? Why you want to do that? All right, so when y'all see my little lady anywhere, you know what I mean? And yeah, hey, bro, come on, man. You ain't got to leave Pops like that, bro. Pops can stay at the crib. Pops, man, just stay at the crib with me. I'm here. It's like both of our houses together. As y'all can see, I'm not really fond of, my little lady leaving the nest. Even though I get it, she has to leave the nest. I get it. You can't grow if you don't spread your wings and leave. I get it. But still, it doesn't make it any nicer on me, all right? Stressing me out, making me get gray hairs. Man, my barber's over here. He's like, yo, Most, man, what's this? I said, yo, she graduating, bro. That's what that is. This is a new one for the graduation, man. But I thought that one was, yeah, that one too, man, because she driving, all right? So that one's up there too, all right? So yeah, it's like that sometimes, all right? Here we are, though. Here we are. Jeez. AJ Martinez also showing love. Says, Jaron, the Beast, Double D, David Decker. Shout out. But yeah, man, he said, one of these days I'm going to get, I guess, comfortable with my little lady graduating and growing up and all this other stuff. But until then, I'm going to keep complaining. I'm going to keep working out because, yeah, y'all better know my back big. I lift weights every day. Don't play. I ain't got time to be playing. But that's my baby. That's my baby. My baby leaving the house. Lord. Shout out to Jonathan Bowie, though, man. Just showing some love. Saying congratulations. I appreciate you on that, man. I appreciate you. But, yeah, that Tom J, that's what we got to call them. The graduation grades. I legit got graduation grades, man. I've had multiple grades pop up. I'm just like, yo, where did that come from? I'm stress free. I research. You see, I'm a space cadet, NASA. You feel me? Like, that's what I'm on. But yeah, man, I'm just like, God, dog, man, you really gotta leave. You're making me grade. I don't want to grade. No, stay, please. Let's get it, man. Like I said, man, if y'all are enjoying what we are on today, man, as we are waiting a little bit for the homie TG, don't forget to hit the like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel. All right, so let's go, UW, showing some love, man. Popping up with another super chat. He says, so it's not that I don't think the guys can win their one-on-ones, but between JPJ, Joey Porter Jr., Darius Slay. Yeah, he meant Darius Slay. Yeah, and then he says, Beanie Bishop and Minkah Fitzpatrick, I trust them enough. I just want both sides of the ball to be more aggressive in general. No, and trust me, aggression, let's not mix up what we're saying here. Aggression is always something that we want. We want to be aggressive. We don't want to be on our heels as a defense. That's not the case. But don't confuse blitzing with aggression, or the lack of blitzing with not being aggressive. Aggressive just means I'm making you play faster than what you want to play. You can do that via blitz, or you could do that with a front four that wins their one-on-one pass rush. We go back in time. We talk about the Giants that did it with Strahan, Osi Umenyiora, Justin Tuck, and all them company when they played against the Patriots. That wasn't blitzing. That was front four getting after guys. We have seen it happen. We've seen both ways work. The problem is, though, when one side isn't doing what they're supposed to, it feels out of balance right now. And that's what we've been experiencing. And that is where, yeah, maybe there could be more trust put into that secondary. But once again, with that, it's not that you're not trusting these dudes. When you go to do the blitzing part of it, you're taking one of those cover guys that we named, the JPJ, the Slays, the Bishops, the Minkah, or even the Elliots, and those are the guys with Wilson or Patrick Queen that are blitzing, that are rushing, and now we're seeing Highsmith or we're seeing TJ Watt go drop into coverage potentially, right? That's the part that I'm not the biggest fan of. Or you're simply keeping all those guys in the rush, and maybe you make them keep their running back in. All right, cool. If it gets blocked up, which we have seen happen, and it does happen. I mean, nobody's perfect, right? It does happen. That's the question. Now you put those guys at a little bit more of a disadvantage, and you're just asking yourselves, if we want to say who do we feel more confident winning one-on-ones at this stage, is it JPJ and Darius Slay, or is it TJ Watt and Cam Hayward? Is it Beanie Bishop and Deshaun Elliott, or is it Alex Highsmith and Derek Harmon? That's the internal debate that's happening, you know, when you're talking about the defensive coordinator, Terrell Austin, Mike Tomlin and company. They have to ask themselves, who do we feel more comfortable putting in those one-on-one positions? If you got to get 10 one-on-one reps and I could only have two guys getting those reps, who do I want on the defense to get those reps? And that's where we look at the money part and we say, well, if I'm paying TJ Watt, I'm paying Cam Hayward, I prefer those guys to get those opportunities versus JPJ, Beanie Bishop, Deshaun Elliott, Minkah Fitzpatrick, and Darius Slay. It's a philosophical part in terms of what you view and how you think it works better versus not. But that's the found, like when we get to the root of it, that's what it is. Who do you want in those situations? Because somebody's going to have it regardless. Somebody's going to get in the one-on-one. Somebody's going to have that. It's time to show up. It's time to put the cape on. Which one is it going to be? And this is where you just say, I pay these guys more to be that person. So that's, like I said, from my eyes, what the expectation is. And that's kind of why we haven't blitzed as much. But I do like your mindset, though, on that. Let's go, UW. We could definitely trust those dudes more. And if that is the case, man, maybe they reward themselves by producing. And now, a year from now, 2 years from now, they're the ones getting paid more. Now we're not saying JPJ is on a rookie deal. Maybe we're saying, yo, that's a $20 million corner. And if that's the case, then hey, man, great. We feel excellent. Beanie Bishop, maybe he's a $10 million guy, not an undrafted guy anymore. That's a great scenario, right? But at this stage, they're still on the proving it part of it. They're still showing that they can consistently do it every week. Whereas when we talk about that front, the TJs, the Cams, the Highsmiths, those dudes are just a lot more proven at this stage. But like I said, and that's why I said earlier, you still want to be light on your feet. If you're this coaching staff, don't be afraid to adjust. Don't be afraid to say, you know what? I know I'm paying you this. I know we should believe in you guys, and I know we should stick with this. But you know what? It isn't working, or it's not giving us the consistency that we want. So we're going to go this route. There's nothing wrong with that either. But like I said, it's just a harder sell when you're moving away from having the guy that is getting paid pretty much, $30 million a year. I want that guy to be the rusher every time. I want you going. Alex Tyson, I want you rushing. I want you going. Cameron, I want you rushing. I want you going because I pay you guys to be the best. So like I said, that's always going to be the push and pull with blitzing versus not blitzing and trusting coverage behind it. And it's always going to boil down to just that personal, which flavor you want. And then from there, obviously at this level, the business part gets implemented as well because of contracts and what you're paying certain people to do. But shout out though, man. Shout out. All right, let's see, man. Looks like. All right. Think he is good to go. We shall see. We shall see. All right. And if he is, then we go ahead, call the dog up, talk to him real quick, have a little fun like we always do. All right. And y'all know it wouldn't be a TG text without, not the optimism, the openness, the yo. And then you respond, he's like, all right, are you texting back? Are you waiting on it? You busy? I don't know what you got going on right now, man. But either way. But let's see. Oh, okay. Keeping the convo going about some of those contracts. Yeah. I didn't even see this other super that popped in here. My bad on that. AJ Martinez also giving out some more of those shout outs to the Don, Hefe Kwan, and the boss, Rashawn. And he says the one and only as well, man. So shout out to AJ Martinez. Just spinning the block, doing what he does, man. Showing love, spreading it around the Brooklyn way. We appreciate you on that. All right. Yes, indeed. All right. All righty. Man, looks like y'all aren't too fond of my man Larry O and his contract. Yeah, it be like that sometimes, man. All right. And you got to think, though, man, when he got his deal, though, the numbers were nice. His numbers were nice. And it, kind of took a hit. It'd be like that sometimes. It'd be like that. But you also see, if we're paying you and we're having expectations and you don't live up to those expectations, we don't continue to pay you. It's not like they gave him another deal after that. Nah, they said, we're going to allow you to leave. We're going to go ahead and draft Derek Harmon. For Buffalo, their time frame looked a little different. They're like, look, man, we don't have that type of depth or that type of player that we want to add. So let's go get this guy. And that's why you can see why they would, look at him in their role a little bit differently than how we were looking at him, saying, yo, we need you to come in here and be the guy. We wanted him to be to it. We wanted him to kind of be what we're looking at with why we drafted Derek Harmon. Come in here and show that you can, be Robin to this Batman over here while you're playing next to a TJ Watt or Alex Highsmith. Unfortunately, whether it was the toe, because that's why he had that toe injury for like 13, 14, it might have been 2 seasons in a row. That toe just always popped up. But more importantly, though, it was like, man, you see him, having to battle through it. And at times he did flash, at times he did make plays. But to me, when the consistency isn't to that level and the compensation is, it just makes you a little bit more more open to the potential of being released, being moved on from, because financially you have to justify your existence. That's one of the things that Coach Tom would always talk about, man. especially when you get to them second contracts. You got to justify it. If, when I was on my rookie deal, it's like, yo, you can just be good enough for one player. Why? Because you're only costing one player. But when we're paying you millions, when you're getting that second contract, yeah, you're getting 2 and 3 dudes' salaries. So your production, your play, your consistency has to match that. Otherwise, yeah, they're going to move on. They're going to go in a different direction. And that's what you don't want. And like I said, it was just unfortunate for Larry O that was kind of what happened here, regardless of why, right? Whether it was health, whether it was, him just not living up to it, bad scheme, however we want to slice it, the results were the results. But like I said, man, that is most definitely why we went out there and got a Derek Harmon. Young, very much productive player, a guy who we think game will translate at an early level at this stage. And he should be able to give us a nice return on the investment. And it should last longer than what we were experiencing with Larry O, who, like we said, man, was definitely more banged up than not at this stage of his career, man. Alrighty. Stella Fierce, why are you doing my dog like that, Stella? Shout out to you, though, Stella. 10 minutes to TG. Hey, look, man, look, it might be 15 minutes to TG. I told y'all my dog. Look, I text my dog early. Y'all know how I text my guy. I text him early. He texts me back early. All right. And then I ain't heard nothing until about 2:00 Sam. Okay. And then after that, I haven't heard anything after I responded. And we just chilling right now. All right. So we're gonna see, man. Let my dog live, man. Let my dog live. Jeez. Stella Fierce calling my mans out like that. Jeez, man. Let's get it. Alrighty. Let's see who else we have in here and what we getting on today. As we're waiting on the homie TG to tap in with us. X-Concept says, yo, we need to get a TG top G stick. I'm telling you, man, y'all bring it up to me on occasion and I'll be remembering it, and then we'll get done and I'll be like, I got to go do this. And before I know it, man, I'd have forgotten until the next time we went live, and I'm like, oh yeah, y'all did say that, huh? I have been saying that I was going to get me something TG related to pop up whenever the homie is pulling up on us, man. So yeah, I'll make sure I continue to work on that, man, one of these days. All right. But yeah, man, I'm trying to stall before I go to the next topic. You know what I mean? Because you got to have both. You got to have stuff for yourself, stuff with the gang here. All right. But man, all right. Might have to go ahead and tap into this next one real quick. Hey, he's giving us the Aaron Rodgers treatment right now. We're waiting on him to sign. Is he here yet? Is he not yet? I don't know. But anywho, man, let's get it. Hey, yes, shout out to Mike Hood. He says we're going to have to send reminders to Moats winners. Yes. Moats winners at gmail.com. Absolutely, man. If y'all trying to get activated and get them convos rolling, man, you already know that's where to send the emails to. But yeah, man, I don't know what's going on with the gang right now, man. All right. Tom J, you got to chill, man. You got to chill. Ooh, now X Concepts, I like this right. He says, I think a Rock Taylor film session would do big numbers. Now, for y'all that don't know, Rock Taylor is the rookie that we signed out of Memphis, man. Big body receiver down the grass, can go up top and get it. I like what I see from him, man. TG, man, he been doing his thing with the Garvin's Garage, man. We might have to pass that on to his play like, yo, TG. The people say, man, they want to see what's up with Rock Taylor, man. They need some wide receiver action, bro. What's happening, bro? What's happening? All right. All right. So you know what? Bump it then. I'm gonna go ahead and hit this here next topic while we wait. All right. Dang. Well, anywho then, shout out to the fact that actually, man, we'll go with this one, man. What's up with my man Travis Hunter? Have y'all seen my man? What's going on with him? All right, so y'all obviously know, man, with Travis, and like I said, since we got some time right now, I'm gonna use this throwaway. But with my man, Travis Hunter, you obviously know, man, he plays offense, defense, man, or that was the talk, man, coming out of Colorado. So in OTAs now, they were trying to say, all right, man, this dude gonna be playing both ways, playing one way, and it's been talk that he's still gonna do both, but Now they've, been saying that, they're going to have that man playing, at least in practice right now. They're breaking it down for him. He'll have offensive days where he only exclusively works offense. And he's going to have defense days where he only works exclusively defense. Now, my man Travis Hunter had a lot going on. My dude then got married. Like, that was this weekend as well. Shout out to getting married. Shout out to the G-Wagons. All right. Gotta treat wifey right. Gotta treat wifey right. You know what I mean? If you ain't spoiling wifey, you ain't what you doing, right? So I dig it. Make sure you spoiling the right one. But yeah, man, with Travis Hunter though, man, I was a little bit surprised by it, but at the same time I liked it. Shout out to Liam Cohen, the new head coach over there as well, man. Shout out to Liam. All right. But I thought it was dope though, man, because obviously we know how talented Travis Hunter is. When we talked about even the flag football stuff, right? It's like, yo, man, first dudes you want to have on your roster is probably Travis Hunter. A guy that could play legit high level offense and could turn around and play corner high level, right? But with Travis, man, you seeing him, doing this work on both sides of the ball. And it's like, man, corner is a full-time job at this level. Wide receiver is a full-time job at this level. And that's partly why you've heard people kind of back and forth on what they truly expect from him. Is he a Hall of Famer? Is he going to be an All-Pro or Pro Bowler? Or is he just going to be really good at both sides? Or are we going to say, yo, he's overwhelmed, less is more, and now you get the best version of Travis? We will find that part out, and that doesn't come out until, like I said, the season gets here and stuff. But it was interesting, though, to hear that they're at least breaking it down for him. Because, I was really trying to figure out, like, yo, what's the best way to go about it? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, do you go the route of, throw it all on the plate? And, yeah, man, eat what you can eat, survive if you can, sink or swim? Or is it put them in the kiddie pool, put the little floaties on them, let them figure out how to tread water first. Don't do like how when they taught us how to swim growing up, go to the deep end of the pool, throw them in the pool, and now you fight for your life until you figure out how to swim. That's how some of us have to learn how to swim out there, all right? I don't think that, it was good to hear that Jacksonville, at least they're not taking that approach with them. Jacksonville say, yo, give him some time. Give some time with it. But what are your expectations, though, for Travis Hunter, man? Do you think that, because as fans, y'all watch a lot of ball. Like I said, man, if you on here with me at the 28th day of May, you clearly like ball, right? Lady or guy, you like ball, okay? So let me know your thoughts, though, man. And what would you do with Travis Hunter, man? Would you start him out on offense? Would you start him out on defense, man? Like I said, because he's definitely one of those ones to me that I think is really intriguing, man. Obviously, we know the pedigree. Heisman Trophy winner. We saw what he did at Colorado. But you see the difference of it. And even though it was a joke, man, shout out to Tyreek Hill. He said it jokingly, but he was like, oh, man, Travis, yeah, he cheeks, man. He cheeks. I don't think he definitely didn't mean it. But it's like, I'm sure in his mind, he's like, yo, you think Travis Hunter could guard you? It's like, I don't think he think that. No, I don't think he think that at all. And that's the funny part. It's like, yo, man, we go find out. Because even when you name just dudes that aren't even all pros at either position, offense or defense, it's like, yo, you really, you locking that up? Or you about to run by that? That's the question, right? Now, Tom J.D. brings up the fact that he says he's elite on offense, not defense. That's hard to play both, though. And that's my thing. I think it's extremely hard to play both because, like you said, man, not even all pros. George Pickens and Joey Porter Jr., neither are all pros. But we have a very high expectation for those dudes specifically in the black and gold, right? We know GP obviously got traded, but while they were here, we wouldn't be going into a game and saying, man, we don't think GP is going to get a target today because Travis Hunter is guarding him. No, we feel like GP, it don't matter who was guarding him, right? And the same if it was JPJ, we wouldn't feel like, hey, man, JPJ going to be, he got a rough one today, bro. He got guard Travis. Nah, we're going to be like, yo, put some hands on him. You going to make it rough, fight with them early and often. Try not to get too many flags. Right. But other than that, that would be the vibe. So when we're thinking about Travis Hunter now, it's like, man, you have to be a whole other type of level to be able to go out there and make impact, not just play snaps. We're saying have impact. To me, I don't know, man. I don't know. But we've never seen nothing like this. I think, man, I remember it was Julian Edelman, like I said early on, man, in his career, he was playing both ways, but it wasn't to this impact, man. It wasn't to what the expectations are, so to speak, for my man Travis Hunter. All right, let's see. X-Concept says, I don't trust the Jags. They should trade him to Pittsburgh to help him out. Now, you know they would never do such a good thing like that, all right? Send him to Pittsburgh, man. We'll figure out a way to make Travis Hunter work, all right? He'd be nice on both sides of the ball. We won't know how many snaps he'd get, but, hey, we'll figure it out. We will for certain figure it out. Travis Hunter's one of them type of talents, man. But to me, I'm like, man, I don't know which one I like him more at. Because at corner, I feel like he can be an elite corner, man. The way that he tracks the football, the way that he goes up and he plays that football like a wide receiver, it gives me the Richard Sherman vibe of, yeah, you could tell why you were a former offensive guy over here, how you look at that football. You don't look at it and you're trying to knock it down. You're trying to go catch that thing. Travis Hunter got some of the craziest interceptions that you're going to see, man, what he was doing at Colorado. But then when I look at him on offense, I'm like, yo, the lightning quick ability, the run after catch ability, his ability to go up top on somebody, and the freedom that you get at times being the offensive player running the routes, man, the rules being slanted in your favor. I think that in a way that would give him a lot more opportunity to not just produce, but to produce earlier and to get more compensation. We know, man, it's a lot harder to be great at corner. Why? Because you can't mess up. If you give up one bomb in the game, it's a wrap, right? Whereas at wide receiver, you cannot catch a pass all day, catch the game winner. You're Mike Williams for the day versus the Commanders. And we feel great about you. We're like, yo, you did it. You're the man. So that part I do look and I say, well, yeah, I think it's a lot easier for him to come in here and have success early. I think it is easier for him to come in here on offense and make a little bit more of an impact. But defensively, I'm like, yo, he does present some positive stuff, man. He does have some things to me that, you know, makes him worth the conversation. I think that obviously that's why Jacksonville is doing what they're doing with him. But that's the one right there. I'm just like, yo, which one do y'all like more for him, man? Now, I wish that when we see them boys in the preseason that he was going to play. I just don't think he's going to play, man. I don't. I'm like, I want to see it, though. I would love for get out there, man. Let me see offense, defense. Let's get it going. But, yeah, I don't think they're going to have a boy out there for that, though, man. Don't see it. Don't see it. Reminds you of AB. Boy, you got to stop this. AB where? No, what AB you talking about? Maybe Antoine Bryant. Maybe that's AB. Yeah. Adrian Brown is who you talk about, man. You talk about Antonio Brown. What you stop that, man. But DC53 did say that Travis Hunter is a playmaker on defense. And I would agree with you on that, man. Like I said, he'll go get that thing. For certain, he'll go get that thing. All right. Let's see. Oh, okay. And then Tom J said, yeah, I agree. Maybe another guy, not AB in terms of Antonio Brown. But my point is, he is good with the ball in his hands. And that's, to me, I'm with you 100%. Offense, defense, man, he finds ways to get the football. And when you watch him on offense, specifically when he was at Colorado, you look at some of the things that he did, man, catch some slants, some screens, make a guy miss. He can go from 0 to 60 like that. And then his ability to break a defender down, man, but once he makes you miss, he's getting up out of there. That's the part to me that I lean more offense with him because I'm like, yo, it's a weapon. And you can impact the game differently with the football in your hands than you can on defense when you're a corner and a team can just say, yeah, we're going to avoid you. We're not throwing it to you. We're just going to throw it that way the whole game. And on offense, man, hey, look, I can figure out ways to get you the ball so you can still impact it. So that's the part to me that it makes me lean more that way. But if you need a corner, it's like, man, this dude has all the traits to be one of the best corners out. He has all the traits, the speed, the length. Now, he's a little light. I think that's the other part. He is a little light, but he never looks weak. He never looks like he's lacking in strength. So if you have all of these other intangibles with elite level ball skills, that's why, like, yo, you can shine on defense. You can play quarter. So, yeah, man, I like it. Hey, in DC-53, you know who throwing him the ball, man? It's good old Trevor Lawrence. Sunshine. Shout out to Trevor Lawrence, man. And let's do listen, Trevor. Come on, black and gold. All right, we figure that out. We can figure out that we get the Jacksonville ball for you. We can figure you out here in the black and gold. Just throwing it out there. All right. And yeah, Kenneth Moses. This the AB he was talking about. Anquan Bolden. For certain, that has to be the guy he was talking about, man. Has to be. Because, yeah, I don't know what it is. You say, no, ain't no other AB. Ain't no other AB. No, can't be. All right. Oh, man, like we about to have a homie. Not just yet. He ain't text me yet. Somebody was text me, man. Daggone. How my phone go from them spam calls and it was all booming to, Cold turkey. It's nice and silent. Silencio. Not good. No bueno. Oh, okay. I got you now. DC50. I'm going to put your comment back up here on that one as well. He says, yo, I'm saying everybody loves Travis on offense, but who was his quarterback at Colorado? Shedeur Sanders. You're absolutely right. The fifth rounder. Yeah. Shout out to the fifth rounder. Shedeur. That is the nicest fifth round I've seen in a minute, man. Let's cook, man. But yeah, he did have a nice quarterback, get him that ball on time, man, and allowing him to, be himself out there. So shout out. Official momentum. Always good to have you in the building, man. We appreciate you whenever you pull up on us, man. And shout out to the Super Chat. He says, Moats, been a while. Team Mason. Shout out to Official Momentum. You already know, man. And Ambition the Kid. You know that too, man. Shout out to Ambition. Let's get it. Alrighty. Man, my dog TG, bro. See, Stellar Fierce, I blame you, Stellar Fierce. All right, don't think I forgot, because you did say he was going to be 10 minutes late. You jinxed him. All right, you jinxed my dog. My dog then turned 10 into 20, 20 into 30. I'm like, hey, bro, where you at? Huh? What's happening right now? Where my dog at? Hey, look, you know how this how it happens too. We're going to get finished, and then he going to text me, hey, bro, you ready? You good? I'm like, TG, come on, man. But like I said, you need a TG in your life. Y'all know you need a TG in your life. You know this. Let's get it. Alrighty. So shoot, man, let's tap into another while we wait on my dog and them. Actually, see, this is my problem right now, man. I got some topics that I want to discuss with my dog. You feel me? So if I start tapping on them things right now, then I'm walking on the walk on. I don't want to walk on the walk on. I ain't trying to do all that. But let's see, man. They say we get a homie a couple more minutes here, man. I get a homie a couple more minutes. Okay? Then we're gonna spin the block. All right, we'll spin the block on. But it be like that sometimes, though, man. All right? Definitely be like that, especially when you working. My dog, he got one of them real jobs like that, all right? So, shoot, while he doing that, I'm going to do with it. Here we go. NFL.com. Let's see what we got going on crazy on this channel, on the thing, before I pull up one of my real topics over here, man. I ain't trying to do that just yet. Jeez, man. Why my dog want to do me like that? Huh? Ooh, all right. Let's see what this is, though. See if we make this list. 11 rookies who need to succeed in year one. Do we got a guy on the list? Let me see if we got a guy on this here 11 rookies list. Travis Hunter's the one person on that list, though. Shout out. Interesting that they would have him up there after we was just talking about that man. All right, Aston Genty, they got us the number 2 guy that they saying, needs to come in there to produce early for their squad. All right, I can see that. Shout out to Aston Genty as well, man. New running back stance, Aston Genty. Let's make sure we put some respect on the new stance. Number 3 player. They're up in Buffalo. Maxwell Harrison. I can definitely dig that. And I can second that as well, man. He going to have to hit the ground running, man. Cornerback player is going to be big time, man. Big time. All right. Let me see what the 4th player that they saying, needs to come in there rookie-wise and have some success for their squad. Matthew Golden, okay. Cam Ward, they got at 5. They playing with Cam Ward. They let that dude, let's let him chill for a little bit. All right. Tet McMillan, shout out to Tetero McMillan. And by the way, shout out to Tetero McMillan, but more importantly, shout out to his teammate at Arizona, the guy that we just signed. Like I said, man, he was here for the rookie mini camp and ultimately played well enough to have the Steelers spin the block and bring him on in terms of Montana Lamonius Craig. That was wide receiver that we just signed yesterday prior to OTAs starting, but he was at Colorado for 3 years and left when Dion got there. 2022 was his last year there, transferred to Arizona, and that was where he was at for these past couple of seasons before, making his way to the NFL's rookie tryout, man, with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And yeah, he's with us now, but shout out, that's Tetero McMillan's running mate over there in AZ. Trey Harris, the wide receiver from Ole Miss. It's the 7th guy, RJ Harvey with Denver. They saying is the 8th dude, rookie in terms of needing to come out, hit the ground running. Went Jalen Walker with the Falcons, pass rusher out of Georgia. All right. And then James Pierce. All right, so, man, we don't have a guy in the top 10 for us on the black and gold that they're saying rookie-wise needs to come in here and produce right away. Because to me, I thought, all right, maybe Derek Carr, you put him in the top 10, but with Cam, with TJ, with Highsmith, I don't think it needs to be that, right? In terms of his urgency, I think that, you still have enough around him to offset some of the independent, we got to have him be the best. Offensively, though, I thought maybe they might bring up Will Howard if they felt that Will would get a chance to get out there early in comparison to Mason or beating out Mason. But if that's not the case, then I can see why they're going to let that, not really say that we have a rookie that has to come out here and hit the ground running, play at this high level, at least from their perspective right now. All right. So interesting. Let's see, though. James Pierce, like I said, man, who they have at 10 for Atlanta. They got both Atlanta pass rushers up there, man. Dang, going. All right. Atlanta say, yo, y'all better figure this thing out, man. We ain't got time for this. All right, then after that, they ended it, though, number 11 on the list. And they only did top 11. The guy who's having a little contract situation with his new employer, Shamar Stewart, man, the top 10, the first-round draft pick for the Cincinnati Bengals. Edge rush, we obviously know, like I said, man, he's in the middle of a little bit of a holdout scenario. But, yeah, that was the last rookie that they named, saying that needed to come in and have that type of success in year one in terms of their overall team dependent on it, man. Like I said, for us, and this is more so a testament to our roster construction and how we've been able to do it, we don't necessarily feel like we have to have a rookie come in here and play at a crazy high level and quote unquote save us. We're looking for a guy that can come in here and be a part of and can help build with what we currently already have building. But as a whole, we don't have a lot of holes where we're saying, yo, this guy has to knock this out the park in order for us to take that next step. We don't necessarily feel it's that in terms of the youth. We're not saying that with Mason. We're not saying that if Rodgers comes here, like Darius Slay as well, like with the veterans, yeah, we want the veterans to come in here and we need those guys to produce. But in terms of rookies, and that's what they were specifically saying in this article on NFL.com, rookies that need to come in here and produce like that, I would agree. I don't think we have, this long list of holes there, man. So shout out. Oh, yeah. Now, of course, it's official momentum showing some love with another super chat. Also shouting out Ambition live at Rivers Casino, June 13th, of course, at 8 p.m. And he says hashtag free, meaning don't be coming on this joint, you know what I'm saying? Talking about, I ain't sure because it was a cover. No, ain't no cover on that thing. It's free 99, baby. Let's get it. All right. Yeah, man, I don't know where my dog TG at, man. My dog got lost in the sauce somewhere. My dog, Kenneth Moses said, yo, TG out here washing his car in the rain. Listen, man, he doing something right now. I don't know what he might be hand washing that car in the rain. I'm talking about, man, I don't know why this spot keep getting wet, bro. I don't know what's going on, man. It is absolutely craziness, man. Absolutely craziness. But like I said, man, my dog, he real life working. All right, y'all know this. He trying to win a championship. All right, he's trying to build up a program. Okay, him and Mike Vick. Shout out to the homies down there doing their thing at Norfolk State University. But that's what's happening right now, man. That's got to be what's happening right now, man. So it's all good. It's all love. We always do. Whenever we can't connect with the dog one time, we just hit the block with him. You know what I'm saying? We're going to spend the block. We'll do this again another time, another place, another, what they call it? Another time and place. Yeah, another divine appointment. All right, just one of the cards right now, and that's all right. Y'all just make sure I hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe either, and more importantly, you gotta treat it like Leah Warren on occasion, man. So you just gotta laugh at it, baby. You just gotta laugh at it. If you ain't got one of them friends in your life that on occasion be like, yo, bro, why you doing me like this, bro? You try to give me another gray hair? You want to get another gray hair? You want to give me another gray hair? Don't contribute to my gray hair. All right, don't contribute to this. Okay, don't. But it's like that sometimes. DC53 says, yo, you got to spam his joint, Moats. Just spam him. I would, man. All right. But I know my dog is like, he really be working. I'll be talking. I'm like, bro, I hear you in the back. You're in the meeting. Like, yo, call me later. I can get you back, man. We'll be all right. It ain't that deep. Yeah, man. But that's how it is, though, man. Yeah, I remember when I talked, he was in California the one time. I'm like, bro, where you at? Hey, look, bro, I got to get this transfer. I'm like, yo. He be like, look, man, all right, talk to the recruit, bro. I got me a big one. I got me a dude. He got my defense off. Like, hey, shout out, bro. Shout out. So, like I said, man, shout out to my dog, man. Shout out to my dog. Let him live in. No X concept. I'm not dropping my dog's number out here, man. Have my man phone blowing all up, man. No, don't have me like that, all right? Don't have me like that. But shout out to my mans, though, man, all right? Because like I said, he's getting out there. He's working. So with that being the case, man, we will wrap up today's show. But hopefully, like I said, y'all enjoyed it. And if you did, you know the drill. But either way, you know I appreciate you all for tuning in with me. Because like I said, man, you could do whatever you want during the day. But the fact that you rock out with me, whether it's live or with the pre-recorded content, man, from the heart, I appreciate you, all right? So with that being the case, y'all stay safe out there. And until next time, baby, peace.